Hello, I'm George Gonzalez. I'm obsessed with making games, and today we're going to talk about AI. I've been testing out Bezzy, and this game broke it. Two things that AI can't do really well is multiplayer and debugging. Those are the things that I think are the things that it struggles the most, and is the things that are most frustrating to developers. And so the fact that AI is not very good at it, it gives you even more frustration, at least in my opinion. The main takeaway from this, for you to be able to understand how valuable you are as a developer and how valuable you can be if you stick to making sure you understand what you're learning, debugging especially, and if you're doing multiplayer, then you have job security for a while. Here is what is happening. So let me show you. We have the settings. We're gonna do the match duration really short so that I can show you what's going on. This duration also early, and we're gonna start a match. And I'll show you what happens. So we'll join, we say we're ready. I'm gonna go to the other one, we're ready. Okay, and I have to, there's still some UI issues. I haven't finished the UI. But we have these two. Let me see if anyways, the main issue is when I drag and drop this, you'll notice a difference. See that right there? My question is, can you spot what the bug is? Because when I was testing other things, I was debugging other things, so I pushed this like later, but I kept looking at this. I'm like, oh, this is so weird that this is happening. You notice that the timer still works. I had the text there so that I could debug it to figure out, is this the real? And then the other thing is overtime. When you set this up, it should let the field continue. But at the same time, let me give you a hint so you have something. You'll see in here the layout. So this gives you a hint that I already know what the problem is at the end. These fields on overtime, they should be destroyed, but they're not. So you notice that none of these things are destroyed. They're still in the field, and you can see them here, okay? So and the game doesn't end. There's so many, you'll think, oh my gosh, nothing's working, everything's broken. But the thing is, we were playing this a while back, and it was working last week. So it's crazy how fast your game can break. And so many things can go wrong when you change the UI or just a slight tweaks. And so I want to give you my experience and how you can be profitable as a game developer. Okay, so we have Bezzy. I'm going to show you. Bezzy can look at everything in my project. I can scoot it over a little bit, but see, it has all the stuff that I've been doing, and it has saved me some time on some things, but other things, it's very, I have to hands-on a lot. And so it's very frustrating. But like, we spent so much time with like the game not finishing, what's going on. And I was like, I cannot recommend Bezzy to people right now. You can try the free version. You can see they have this agent mode, which is nice. The great thing about this agent mode is that it can detect your scene and your prefabs and your setup, which is very good, because when I'm going into ChatGPT and Claude, oftentimes they're like, this should work like this. But Claude and ChatGPT don't know how you set things up. And so most of the human error is in the setup of the prefabs. And so this is a step up from that. Having an agent that can read or can see your project, okay? And then, but the problem in here is that even with that information, it did not know what was wrong. It just kept adding things and debugs and logs. And so I can't right now recommend Bezzy. I'm testing it. And I was like, okay, I have two options with AI, right? I can either have AI help me, or I can just go on my own, right? Like, I have confidence in my skills that I can just step through it, figure it out, and fix it, right? And it's not as simple as that, but it's a little bit of a headache. But I was like, I'm busy. It's the weekend. I just wanted to do it. And so I was testing AI. Can AI actually do it for me so I don't have to think? Can I be super dumb, brain dead, and just have AI fix it? Because AI can rewrite and stuff. So I say, hey, can you figure it out? And at first I was like, oh, yeah, I figure it out. I let it do it. I build it. I play it. It still doesn't work. And we went on and on and on for this. And it's like, and the advice I was given for the developers was to guide Bezzy into figuring it out. It's like, I don't want to guide somebody. It's like, it doesn't save me time to have a baby that I have to babysit, or a junior dev that I have to tell it what to do. The whole point is to do what I would have done otherwise. I want to copy of myself, right? And so that's not what I'm getting. And so I did that experiment to kind of see if it would ever get there. And it did it. So I was like, I'm done. Okay, so I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do it. And the first thing I noticed, I'm going to hit play again, and we're going to go through it, and I'm going to show you what's happening. And the thing is, Bezzy still can't do it. I told him that they should add this feature, but Bezzy can't see what you're seeing at runtime. But that would be a thing to do for AI. So we're going to go in. So the first thing we're going to fix is the end game, like finishing the game. There's multiple things that were happening, but I'm going to go over one very big one. So when I go in here, you'll notice that there's multiple fields. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but there's supposed to be 3. So if I hide these 3, they're still there. See, like, they're right. So there's 2 sets of 3. So if I hide these, and then and it's gonna break the game and whatnot, but they're there. So they're spawning them twice, and I only caught it. It didn't take me long, because I like, okay, let's go and see the the scene. And the thing is, like, you're like, well, you're an idiot. You could have seen that forever ago. The thing is, like, most of this code was generated by Bezi to begin with, because it created. I asked it to, hey, do this, do this. I need lanes and spawning fields and whatnot. So these are lanes that have fields, and the fields kind of keep coming back, and the points go up as you play. The problem that happened is somewhere along the lines, it spawned things twice. And so then I told Bezi, and this is where like Bezi comes into play really well, because I could go to the bathroom while Bezi does this, is I can, once I know what's wrong, I can say, hey, Bezi, this is the problem. We're spawning things twice. Can you check out the logic of where it's spawning and remove one of those? And so I can set it, and that's what I did. But like, I can go to the bathroom, like I could do that while I'm going to the bathroom, and I can fix it. So that's where it does save time. So in here, let me see at the bottom, this is the question I gave it. After again, like, so Bezi is not like a full replacement, but it can help you do things that you don't want to do, or just like, hey, figure it out, I'll come back. I think in here, see, I found the problem. The game is spawning multiple fields. When the game starts, we have twice as many fields. So the first set of 3 get taken out of the reference. So we don't have reference, we can't delete them. Can you find out where this is at? And you could like do a band-aid where you, at the end of the game, you just clear the board regardless of where these things are at. You just do a game object.find, but that is so bad. Don't spawn them in the first place. Can you find out where this is at? If you can't, can you debug to find out where? Okay, good catch. Yeah, good catch. Yeah, why didn't you catch it? I found that fields are being spawned in 2 places, a network lane spawn and the game manager. Perfect, now let's test the game. You should only 3 fields. And so once we fix this, it worked, right? And because I have source control, I can go back and forth and show you this. But that is one, okay? One of the problems. The second one has to do the overlay, right? Like the turnaround. After doing that with Bezi, I was like, I'm not going to do this again. So what I did is I went to the fields. I'm pretty sure it says P field. Yeah, so we have the field layout. This layout is what controls like the cars, the spawning, the zones, and we have this overlay. And if you look at here at the overlay, it should see how this radial, we have a fill amount. How do we determine the fill amount? The thing is the text in here, the time, the field timer, it goes correctly. So this is correct. It does the time right. But for some reason, it doesn't network the UI correctly. And why is that? Well, all we have to do is look in here, right? We have the field, and I just go in here and I said, okay, we have the field timer. This is the timer, and this is correct, set correctly. We have the text. The remaining time is what it is, and then we round. Okay, so this number is right, the text. But now you see the field amount has 2 values, has the remaining time and the field duration. And the moment I saw this, I was like, yeah, it's the field duration. It's like, it's just not networked because we do set it. The problem is only the state authority sets it because we don't want 2 different durations, right? We want the same for both. And so one is if you hard code the field duration on both the client and the host, it will look like it's working. Okay, so this is like one of those phantom or ghost bugs that sometimes might not appear until later. And you're like, everything was working. I didn't even touch that code. Sometimes you'll be like, I didn't change that, but it's now broken. Or you fix one thing and the other thing broke for some reason. And it's not that you broke it then, it was always broken. You just couldn't see it. And so usually this happens a lot with UI. In this scenario, it is UI because I changed the UI to represent what I'm looking at. And sometimes the UI needs more information to display what is going on. And some of those informations are hard-coded, like this one. And if this changes on the master client because of a setting, it needs to also change on the player. So the thing we need to do is we have to network it. And all I have to do is do this. Network float, do the get, etc. And then we're done. That's it. But you have to learn where to go for it. And I'm pretty sure if I try to ask Bezi where this problem was, I don't think it would have found it, or it would have done a lot of things before it got to this. And that's why sometimes you have to, like, you just can't rely, one, you can't rely on AI for everything. And 2, the fact that you can take the time to walk through things. And once you do the detective work, that skill is valuable because again, like the brain power that you have and the ability to think through tasks is something that AI can't replicate right now. And it might be in the future, but still, this will help you become profitable as a developer to keep your job because you can think. And then with Bezi or other AI agents, you'll be able to do more. Like I said, I could have it do things while I'm doing other things. Or while I take a bathroom break and stuff, it can still work. And it's fine. I come back and I check its work or whatnot. And so if you have questions, let me know. Again, if you're struggling with your games, that's why I have Endgame Devs, where I help developers finish their games and make sure that they're not stuck. Because the hardest thing I found when I was learning multiplayer games, debugging, is that there was no source of help when it came down to asking questions. Like, where is the answer? There's no answer because documentation only gets you so far. And there's so much more when you deploy multiplayer games and games in general. There's battlefield experience with publishing games that you don't get from documentation. And so documentation can't help you, AI can't help you, and that's why I have Endgame Devs, so that you can get the help you need at the time you need it. This series is going to continue. We've decided, I have a friend that wants to finish this game. We are going to publish this game, and you're going to see as much as you want from this game. All the series is going to go from beginning. We already have 12, 13 videos on how to start, and now we're going to take it from ideation to actually early access, beta, all that. And we're going to set up a community. You'll be able to play the game, and you'll see the process from beginning to end. We'll see you on the next video.